All right, let's do this thing. What's up, everyone? My name's AJ Rice Crypto. It's Friday, July 12th this year. Flying by. Glad to see you all. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. You know, today, it's bittersweet. It's a bittersweet day. Completely unrelated to crypto. The death of Slim Shady came out today. And I listened to about half the album this morning. And it hit me like, wow, this is the last time I hear an Eminem album for the first time. And it's just like, wow. You know, I grew up on Slim, bro. I did. Like that crazy psychopath, immature side of me that laughs at the most horrendous jokes. And he really he really corrupted this young soul, let me tell you. You know, it turns out the kids do like violence, you know. And man, it's really good. It's really good. I give it a listen. You're supposed to listen to it from start to finish because it's a concept album. It's not like you're supposed to jump around the tracks. It's a concept album. So go from start to finish. It certainly makes sense. I'm out halfway through it. I'm going to finish the second half after the live stream. I'm probably just going to start it from the top and run it from top to bottom. But wow, it's crazy. It's awesome. It's pretty solid. So 9-inch nail eats through one of your eyelids. Exactly. Man. Oh, no. That's just the name of the album, bro. That's the name of the album. And it's funny because like he's like, because Slim Shady is like the immature side of Eminem. It's like his alter ego. So he'll like say some really like corrupt shit, like intentionally trying to get Marshall canceled. You know what I mean? And they kind of talk about like that dichotomy of like him saying something and him trying to fix it. Like it's funny. But anyway, just thought I'd share that with you guys this morning. You know, I am a normal human that does normal human things. And I talk about that maybe a little bit more than I should, but okay. Anyway, cryptocurrencies, crypto assets, the reason we're here to make life-changing money through the education of crypto. That's what I'm doing. I mean, that's kind of what I already did. Now I'm helping you guys. That's the point. Bitcoin, 57.8. Here we are. Ethereum waking up a little bit. Things waking up a little bit. I have some interesting metrics I want to show you. A couple things today, and we'll dive into the charts. I'm not going to dive in before I do this. I'm not going to dive into the charts too hard today because I am doing a members only live stream aimed directly at the Telegram group. I'm going to go ahead and say at 1:30 officially 1:30 we will do the members only live stream, and that is completely technical analysis, completely educational. All the charts I'm looking at their current form, and we'll go over, you know, the mindset behind a handful of the positions I gave to the Telegram group over the past, you know, week or so. And that's completely different live stream than this one. And if you're not a member of the channel, please become a member of the channel. If you're on your phone, you can't do that. You have to do it on a laptop or a desktop for whatever reason. But once you become a member on your laptop or desktop, you can listen to it on your phone. So, you know, it's the people in the chat. You see people with the star next to their names. That is because they are a member. So make sure y'all, you attend the members only live stream at 1:30 if you want to learn all the things. All right. Why is everyone talking about Ondo on? Is Ondo on Coinbase? I'm going to check. I'm going to put this to rest. I don't think it is. Oh man. Sometimes looking at my Coinbase is sad. I do most of my trading on Phemex, but I do have, like, you know, some older holdings on Coinbase. Coinbase, it might be on Coinbase Wallet, but Ondo is not on the normal Coinbase app. There you go. I put it to rest. But yeah, so things are basically the same where we were yesterday. I will take a quick look at the Bitcoin chart and maybe like one call out during the show. Then we'll really get into the charts on members only. The graph 18 cents. I'm certainly targeting that. Not coin up 46% on the week. That is a coin we've been talking about in the Telegram group just about every day. And why is that? Because if you go to Phemex, where we do all our trading, big shout out to Phemex, and you click on, let me get a fresh refresh here for you guys. You go to Phemex, you click on, you know, the contract, and you look at, you know, the volume trading here. All right. If you're doing larger trades, you'd want to target the coins that have more than 10 million in volume. So ZRO and Notcoin, are two. See, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and these are all, larger cap coins that are less volatile. Okay. Well, Notcoin and ZRO and even SWI are, lower cap coins that have volume that really move on the charts and are a lot more predictable to trade. And that's why we target those coins. But even with 7.5 million in volume, that's significant, especially because like not everybody in the group's doing $10,000 trades with 10x leverage. We've been targeting PopCat a lot. PopCat's been a coin. Lista's been a coin. We've been hitting some randos, but that have volume, and been nailing some trades in the group. If you want to learn more about that, make sure you join the Telegram group, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. All right, so let's take a quick look at the gainers and the losers here, and then we'll get into the rest of the show. XRP, the top leader of the day in the top 100. That's a first. I don't think that's ever happened, and it's only up 3.2%. That kind of really goes to show where we are. When you look at the other side of the aisle here, Bonk down 10, Arweave down 8, Pepe, Brett, Floki. They call it Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance, but the ticker is still FET for ASI. Render, Ondo, all down between 4-8%. Jasmy, Pyth, Notcoin, the Graph V chain. Most of the coins are all down just a little teeny bit. We will get into that a little bit as well. So I do want to say, shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys rock. Thanks for being here. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. He says he buys Ondo on Coinbase. Well, I just went to Coinbase, man, and it's not there. Look, you can't do it. Okay. Oh, wait, actually you can buy it. Okay. It's the way the reason it confused me is because I don't have any on Coinbase. It does say buy, sell, convert. That's my fault. I own it. I made a mistake. When I make mistakes, because I'm a human, I own them. Okay. I figured it out. It does say buy. Yeah. You know why? Because when you hold something on Coinbase, because it normally it shows your balance, right? Because let's say normally it shows like your balance or whatever. Like for instance, I have about $6,000 of Hedera on Coinbase, and it says balance. All right, and so normally when you pull something up, it will show the balance of it. And like if you have 0 of something like Cosmos, for instance, it says your atom balance 0. So when I went to Ondo, it did not show my balance. It just looks like this. And since it didn't show the balance, I figured, oh, it's okay. It's not on there, but you can buy, sell, convert Ondo on Coinbase. That was my mistake. All right. So end of the Ondo discussion. Let's move on. God damn it. Okay. Handful of stories I want to talk to you about with you guys here. All right. First one, Bitcoin fearing greed index hits new lows. Bitcoin struggles to break crucial resistance. And that is very much the case. Bitcoin index has fallen to extreme fear, 25. All right. The lowest level it has reached since January of 23, guys. We are breaking to get above, struggling to get above 60,000. And that, that's its own story. Bitcoin's falling price has been linked to the ongoing Mt. Gox repayments, which started on July 5th. And there's more to it than just Mt. Gox, but that obviously is a part of it. But yeah, so that's not good. And if I do want to take a moment to look at the Bitcoin chart here, I say, actually, let me find a clean Bitcoin chart for you guys and kind of start over, because I have a lot of like random chart graffiti on like 1,000 Bitcoin charts. Okay, so here's a freshie here. All right, and oh, it doesn't have previous price history. Okay, well that's not good. Okay. Does the Upbit chart got me? Okay, so here we are. All right. Here's Bitcoin in a nutshell. And I do want to say a couple things. All right. When we just kind of zoom out and look at, the rise of 2020 into 21, the dip in the middle of 21, the bear market, the long crawl of 23, the pop of 24, and now the retest where we are now. All right. The thing that yells at me immediately, some of you might guess this, is the EMAs. Okay. The EMAs are your best friend. I want you to say that to yourself, specifically the 50. I want you to look yourself in the mirror and say, the 50 EMA is my best friend. Sorry, Jonathan, you're replaced. I want my best man at my wedding to be the 200 EMA. Okay. And so let's look at the behavior. Daily chart. All right. Here, since the bull run of 21, here are the times the price has gone below the 200 EMA. 3 times. This is the 4th. Okay. So we're not talking about EMA crosses, like bull or bear crosses. We're talking about when the price itself goes below the EMA. All right. Time number 1, back here. Right here. Top to bottom. You know, it immediately fell about 20% down from there in 3 days. All right. It bottomed that again in 66 days. And it took the price 77 days, rough estimate. I'm zoomed in pretty hard. Let's say 80 days to get back up, 77 to 80 days to get for the price to get back above the 200 EMA. Okay. That was time number 1. Time number 2. The big one, the big one. Okay. We lost the price right here. All right. We actually got back above it right here, but we did fall 33%, all right, in 54 days. And we actually got back above it here. It took 115 days for the price to get back above the 200 EMA right there, all right? But then it went down below again, all right? We lost it top to bottom. We're talking a 63% fall, and it took 292 days for the Bitcoin price to get back above the 200 EMA. Right here was a very brief one. Very brief. We actually had another little dip right here. Okay, right here. 4 days. We claimed it back. Right here. All right, we lost about 8% in 25 days, and we reclaimed in about a month, 30, 34, 36 days. Okay, so that's kind of the history of Bitcoin losing the 200 EMA on the daily chart for the price going below it. All right, here we are. So we've lost it. We already regained it once. Okay. And this does, and also here, before I go into this, let's actually look at what the oscillator was doing each time. All right. So here's time number 1. Time number 1. And look, we had boom, boom. We had this kind of had a lower low here with a higher low here. We had a little bullish divergence that pulled us back across. All right. Time number 1. There's a little couple dips right here. We're going to ignore those. All right. Time number 2. We have, this was kind of from here is where we lost it. But when we regained it, look at what happened here. Boom, boom, boom. And that took us into where we got it back temporarily. All right. So there is kind of like this little story I'm telling here about, let me change this yellow. You see that little yellow line down there on the oscillator? Bullish divergence here. Let me draw the last one. Slight bullish divergence there. Okay. The big one, we're talking from when we lose here until we regain here, this chunk of time. All right. And how did we regain? We regained right here. Well, let's look downstairs at the oscillator. We kind of had this kind of turn of the tides here. You see how it kind of curves, oscillator curves, even if it skips one, like there's, anchor wave, trigger waves here, but then this one gets bigger. But then when you zoom out, you realize that you can kind of draw that across like that. So, the bullish divergence is what pulls you back from the abyss. All right. And what I will say about this most recent touch is that I have a theory that this could be a short one. because we already have that same bullish divergence. It could come down and, you know, form another one and, excuse me, do something like that. That's possible. That's not unheard of. But, and we've already on the daily chart have printed, kind of zoom in on these candles here. We really have printed hammer candles a couple times. And like I said on the show before, see when the wick comes down really far? That's called a hammer. This one right here, that one. When, you know, the wick is way longer than the body. And that's a common reversal indicator. All right. Like, look at every time Bitcoin turns around right here. Hammer, hammer, hammer. All right. They're everywhere. All right. We went over this the other day. A lot of hammers, a lot of nails. All right. And that is kind of where we are right now, coming off of a hammer on the daily chart. Bullish divergence pushing us up. I really would like to see the oscillator tell the same story. We really don't want to see the death cross. We don't want to see this happen. All right. The death cross is a different story than losing the price on the 200. We can regain this and we can kind of go like this, maybe have a close touch and continue. That can happen, but we kind of have to change. There has to be a break in structure. And what do I mean by structure? Because right now, you know, it's kind of a bad draw, but we are in a form of a downtrend. If actually you want to get fancy, there are such thing as curved downtrends like this. That is a thing. Not everything has to fit inside of a straight line, but you know, that is basically the parameters of what we're looking at the moment. All right. Oh, why is my volume profile not pulled up? You know why? Because it's on, but it doesn't load. I am going to take a quick look at like high IQ, market cipher A, Watson envelope. Okay, we do have an arrow here on the Daria Watson envelope. That's good. It's a free indicator. Fibonacci grid. Oh, that's actually pretty interesting as well. See how we came. Let's look at this box right here. See how we came in and touched this box. And now we really don't want to see that push up like that. All right. Dual band strength index. We got a negative 113. Anything above a 14 is a strong degree of certainty. So that is a 13. So kind of some uncertainty there on the DBSI. Kind of just throwing the book at this thing. Try to see as much as we can. Bollinger Band is actually very interesting. So I can go into Bollinger Bands a little bit more in the, if people want to learn about them, I can go into it more in the members only live stream at 1:30. But, you know, essentially this, let me take the EMAs off so it makes a little bit more sense. Okay. So if you look at this, you want, so this middle line here is very important with the Bollinger Bands. Okay. It's kind of, it almost works like an EMA. Like right here, we got above the Bollinger Band, so we continue up. And then when you lose that middle line of the Bollinger Band, we kind of trade below that line. All right. So first thing, we need to get above that, obviously. And the fact that we actually left the parameter of the Bollinger Band and like when we wick down, that could be, you know, a sign of a coming reversal as well. So, but we are still in the lower bands at the moment. And then obviously anytime there's a Bollinger Band squeeze, like, you know, it comes a little closer right here, that is a sign of future volatility as well. So the Bollinger Band doesn't give us that much, to be honest. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, say 4-hour chart. And this is kind of where things get a little bit more interesting as well, because if you kind of exclude this, if you kind of move a candle over from here, Bitcoin's really has just been inside of like a 7% range in the past 4 days, with this really nothing crazy. And if we kind of ignore, you know, the previous price action and just draw this downtrend the way it exists, so get rid of this yellow line here and just accept the local as descending, broadening channel for what it is, you know, getting touches here, 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 and here. That kind of really kind of puts it into perspective when you look at the local price action. So I would certainly, you know, draw this down on your charts, touching the first June 7th, a touch June 12th, and the touch on July 1st, June 30th. Okay. I'm talking about these touches here. So you're drawing the same line as me. Okay. And certainly set that alarm, because that's going to be telling of when we break up and out, and that those are the kind of things you want to react to. So I'm going to leave this chart as is here. And also, if you want to look at some levels, so first off, the high that we've been rejected from, let me get this pulled over here. High we've been rejected from is 59.3 right there. And then we do have SR here at 56 even. And then, you know, local low, double bottom, 53 even. So those are certainly some levels you'd want to set. I would say that works within the realm of a conditional range, shorting this, longing this, because if we break this, we've also broken out of the descending broadening channel, and that would be a telling short as well. So at least now, so this is why I set charts up like this, because it's not about looking at this chart and saying, okay, I'm going long, okay, I'm going short. It's about setting up this chart and putting it in a position when something significant happens, you react to that something happening and make a meaningful trade, because we don't really care if Bitcoin is in this range. Like, let's be honest, guys. How big is this box right here? 6% exactly. I don't care about Bitcoin trending inside of a 6% range. This move means nothing to me. But when it breaks down from support resistance, when it breaks out of a channel that it's formed since, the beginning of June, all the way back here, that's something significant happening. So it can do whatever it wants inside of this box. Once it breaks this box, that's when we get the move we're looking for. All right. That is why I trade the way I do. That's why I've been able to win time and time and time and time again. I'm reacting. You don't need to you don't need to guess and predict what's going to happen tomorrow. You need to properly react to what you're waiting for the market to give you a signal. You're waiting for the market to tell you what to do. That is my bread and butter, guys. That is my bread and butter. It's been very effective. All right. So shout out to my guy, 6 a.m. Doug. He is here every damn day. Shout out to Everyday Algo not in the chat. Did meet him, fellow Algo fam in Barcelona. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate you. Caffeinated Crypto, man. This is cheers to you, mate. I made this coffee cup very early in my days. Me and Jada and I like to buy a lot of stickers and just cover anything we can with stickers. I'm a problem with stickers, guys. It's kind of really sad, but cheers to you, Caffeinated Crypto. And now we can do some more Caffeinated Crypto material. All right. I remember that cup. Shout out to Ricky Burris, man. I'm sorry I'm not going to be a Bud Creep, but Red Bud was sick. Oh, that is the same one, 6 a.m. Doug. That is the same cup for sure. Somebody said, I saw a question in this. AJ, what do you think of the chances are for Biden giving up in favor of someone younger? I don't think he's going to. I would obviously like to see that. I actually don't want to see that, because Biden drops out, the Dems get revitalized. But Biden staying in is the best chance for a Republican presidency. And a Republican presidency, an administration change from this point is very good for crypto. Very good for crypto in the event that Red wins. But so I'm fine. I want Biden to stay there because he's not going to win. If they change, they make a pivot, have a new campaign, new story, poly market, like I showed you guys on the stream yesterday, Kamala Harris, that percentage, actually, I'll show you again because it got larger since we talked about it last. Because yesterday it was, okay, I saw a tweet that it was bigger. It was like 18 to 12%. But guys, they're saying on Poly Market, where you can literally bet on anything from presidential elections to sports to the weather, 60% chance for Trump to win, about $29.5 million bet on this. All right. Kamala Harris is beating Joe Biden by 2%. Beating Joe Biden. There's nothing on the news right now that is saying that Kamala Harris is going to be nothing like that. Biden just give a speech yesterday. I didn't watch it. Don't even fill me in. I don't really want to know. But I mean, I mean, what are the odds here? I mean, if you bet Trump, yes, 60. Yeah, I think because I don't have money in the account, I'm not logged in. I can't see like the actual how much it would return, but interesting stuff there, guys. Interesting stuff. So we talked about fear and greed. We talked about, Bitcoin struggling to get above 60,000. Really interesting article here from the Daily Hodl. I do like the Daily Hodl. Ethereum could continue underperforming Bitcoin even after the spot ETF approval, says Benjamin Cowan. Shout out to Benjamin Cowan. He did invite us to his rooftop party, Bitcoin Miami, last year. We had a great time. Really nice to meet him in person. Believe it or not, he does know who I am. I was surprised that he knew who I was, to be honest with you. But I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. And I watch a lot of his videos to this day. So basically, he's saying that Bitcoin could continue to outperform Ethereum, even if the ETF was approved. All right. Basically, I'll read this quote right here. I ultimately don't think the spot ETF for ETH will necessarily keep the ETH Bitcoin valuation from staying at relatively low levels. There's been so many narratives that have been given out over the last few years as why the ETH Bitcoin valuation would never go to the current level that it is at. In 2022, when Bitcoin ETH was at 0.8 Bitcoin, if you had told them that it was going to go down to the mid fours BTC by 2024, they would have laughed at you. We have these narratives about the transition of proof of work to proof of stake on this deflationary mechanism, theoretically causing Ethereum Bitcoin valuation to hold up well, and that didn't pay out. Sort of gave us a glimpse into the idea that, hey, maybe this is more about monetary policy than anything else. That's a hot take. It's currently trading for 0.05 BTC at the time of writing. Dominance. He's saying the dominance chart, excluding stable coins, could decline in the near term, only to increase in Q4 based on historical precedents, both in 2016 and 2020. And, there is a case to be made that whatever pullbacks there might be will likely be over sometime in the next month or so. And that really goes into, let me say that one more time. There is a case to be made that whatever pullbacks there might be will likely be over sometime the next month or so. And that really ties into JP Morgan's story that we talked about yesterday. JP Morgan put out a study basically saying that July will be the worst of it. We're going to recover in August moving forward. We talked about that story yesterday. Benjamin Cowan's theory coincides with that message, except because of Bitcoin dominance. All right. In Q4 of halving years, we have seen dominance go up both times. All right. That doesn't necessarily mean, definitely check out this video from Benjamin Cowan. So it doesn't necessarily mean, a really good sign for altcoins, but Bitcoin could recover. So, the thumbnail of this video, actually, before I get into the next story, there are over 110 people watching this show right here with me on a Friday, almost afternoon. You guys rock. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you taking time out of your day to be here to watch the show. Thank you. It really means the world to me. So make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member of the channel. We're doing our members only live stream, which is completely TA, completely emphasis on education and technical analysis that's aimed at my Telegram group. If you're thinking about getting in the Telegram group, maybe you should become a member and watch the show at 1:30. We're going to go into all the positions that we killed. We're going to have an open Q&A at the end of the show. A lot of really good stuff there from the members only. So I do appreciate each and every one of you. So the title of the thumbnail for this show is, is crypto going to triple by 2026? I didn't just kind of pull that out of my hat, everybody. We have a story here from Cointellally. Crypto holders predicted to triple by 2026, specifically crypto holders. All right. Says Luna CEO. And guys, imagine what happens to the price if the amount of people in crypto triple. The current 560 million crypto holders, guys, the fact is there's already 560 million crypto holders. The current, let me highlight that part again. The current 560 million crypto holders. That is ridiculous. That is fucking insane. Like I don't. This goes like I I am bearish sometimes from a technical aspect. I am. That's fair. I've called a lot of falls. I said in March, this is a local top. Don't just take profits, enjoy them. I said it, I've been bearish sometimes, and my people don't always like me for that. But fundamentally speaking, technically speaking, sure. Fundamentally speaking, long term, I am bullish as hell. I am bullish, so bullish. There are 560 million people who hold crypto, and we're worried. We're nervous that this bull run's not happening. Are you shitting me? Guys, buckle up. Buckle up. This most recent downfall, the altcoins falling to where they are, this is your chance. This is the chance. We shouldn't have had this chance. We should have kept going, in my opinion. Time and time again, the world keeps giving you more and more and more opportunities, and it is your job to educate yourself to the fullest extent to make the most of these opportunities. I implore you to take these next few months more seriously than you've ever taken anything seriously ever. Ever. I mean that. Okay. Where was I? So the current 560 million crypto holders could triple in number during the next 2 years, but user experience remains the biggest challenge, which is fair. All right. During a panel discussion at NFT Fest 24, Pavlo Denziuk, the CEO of crypto payments firm Lunu, not Luna, I said Luna before, didn't I? Lunu. Within 2 years, there will be at least 2 times or 3 times more crypto holders worldwide. This is where we get more adoption everywhere and in terms of payments as well. And that's really the truth here. I think that, even in my Algorand interview with Mark, there's that commercial where, there's the checkout lines that are slow because of Bitcoin and Ethereum, the time of finality, and Solana, the markets, the blockchain shuts down and the Ethereum gas fees are so high. And then there's the Algorand line, blink, 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 and everyone's just running through the grocery store. And I asked, like, hey, is that like possible? Like, do you think like one day like that will be? And it's possible based off of regulation from country to country to country. But I do fully believe that in the next 5 to 10 years, there will be a seismic shift in the way crypto is perceived publicly and in the way payments are conducted globally. So, and I mean, it really comes down, and I completely wholeheartedly agree with this article when it says it's based off user experience. User experience remains the biggest challenge. That is 100% accurate. Because think of like the wall of education, the wall of explanation between you and between like people that are not in crypto yet and them having the light bulb go off in their head. You know what I mean? Even I really would like to see the culture change, because right now people like guys, I want to ask the chat, like, honestly, when's the last time you used crypto to pay for something? Like, when's the last time you used crypto to pay for your food, or use crypto to pay for anything? You normally don't, right? And that's what I mean by the culture shift needs to happen. And that will come in time. Like, things like this kind of move a little bit slower. But like I said, but they're saying it's going to double or triple by users in 2 to 3 years. I think in 5 to 10 years, we will like fully be there. But it's a super interesting concept here. Super interesting concept. Couple metrics I want to talk about. Toncoin surges 983% in key whale metric as market faces uncertainty. And guys, I do say this, let me get a fresh refresh here on my other site, with full respect, that we have to acknowledge that Toncoin is an official top 10 project. Toncoin number 9, counting stablecoins. We're talking a market cap of 18.2 billion, larger than Dogecoin Cardano. Guys, Toncoin has become a behemoth. We have to respect Toncoin. We need to give it the respect it deserves. That's what I'm saying. So this metric, increases in large transaction volumes indicate increased activity among institutional buyers and sellers. Large transactions exceed 100,000. Okay. So according to Into the Block data, tons large transaction volume was 4.1 million, which is equivalent to a lot of ton in cryptocurrency terms. Hold on. So talking about the RSI. Okay, so essentially, like the amount of whales. Here's the actual quote right here. Ton, the native layer 1, blah blah blah. The open network has seen a staggering 983% surge in large transaction volume. Okay. So with that said, here, let me talking about the Pyth chart. Nothing much has changed there. Let me zoom to 2-hour chart really quick. I kind of going off the rails here a little bit, but then I saw the chart and I got interested. For Pyth, set an alarm at 28 cents, set an alarm at 0.309. Let's look at the ton chart really fast. All right, daily chart. And to be fair, ton hasn't really taken the dip like other projects. Ton has really held. I mean, I'm talking from February to now, we're still up 253%. We're talking all-time highs. I mean, from its all-time high, it really hasn't fallen that hard. Okay. And also on the daily chart for ton, this actually chart looks really good. We just put a green dot, and the price is staying above the 50 EMA, which is what your best friend. So there is kind of the idea of, okay, how much further can this thing go? When will this thing break? La da 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 da. But we also, have metrics that, okay, we kind of have a curved uptrend here. So this would be one of these. Okay. So there's that to keep in mind. Also slightly lower high here. So we kind of have this idea as well. But the point I'm building here is that whales be moving. 983% surge in large transaction volume. I say that to say this. Cardano sees a 1,218% spike in this major metric. I wonder what the metric is, guys. What's the metric going to be? Particularly on-chain data from Into the Block indicates a recent 1,200% spike in daily whale inflows. Guys. And hey, don't these ideas kind of like Toncoin, whales increase by 900%. Cardano, whales increase by 1,200%. What is that telling you guys? It means that the smart money is buying now. The smart money is buying right fucking now, guys. Come on. It's right in front of you. It's right in front of you. And when I see stuff like that, when it's like multiple projects, that's when I go, okay, this is starting to add up. This is starting to make sense here. Let me kind of, and also let's go back to this Cardano chart that we did here a while back. All right, let me get rid of some of the chart graffiti, but the using this specific chart is relevant and important. Okay. Why is that? Because we drew a Gonfan on this bad boy. Okay. We drew a good old fashioned Gonfan. All right. Let me get rid of some of this stuff, Okay. So here we are. And see how it kind of totally respected. We lost the 1-1, couldn't get above the 1-1 there. Let me get rid of those. And now we come down the hill here. And look exactly where Cardano bounced. Exactly off the bottom end of the Gonfan. I don't just draw Gonfans because I like it, guys. I draw Gonfans because they work. And that is the kind of stuff where, like, you see that, you go long, I mean, you're up 25% in 8 days. All right. And also, this 39.7 alarm has gone off in the past day or so. All right. And that the next support resistance level is 42.6, is about a 5%, 4.6% move up the hill. And the next crucial alarm is at 46.1, which is about 13% up the hill. And we do kind of need to talk about, the Ganfan itself and, what this represents. All right. So basically, for us to get into the next wave of the Ganfan here, the next section of the Ganfan, we need to get in between here and here. Okay. That would take us to 43, to 48 to 50 cents, 43 to 50 cents, by the end of this month, if we're respecting this, kind of amount of the Ganfan right here. Okay. So it has respected the Ganfan so far. It also, on the daily chart, Cardano is coming to test the 50-day EMA right here. Okay. So we do kind of have, and also cut and dry, bullish divergence. Price puts in a lower low, oscillator puts in a higher low. The oscillator's going the other way than the price. It is diverging from the price, which obviously has created this 25% push up in the past 8 days from that local low. So now we are kind of like, okay, we're kind of leaving the red. We're coming into the VWAP, into the money flow. I do want to zoom in to say like the 2 hour for Cardano. And certainly this alarm I gave you matters at 42.6, but really I would set another one here because this is the previous high at 42 cents exactly, 42 cents on the money. All right. So certainly keep a close eye on that. Also, even where it is now, if you really wanted to get nifty, there's this low from back here. And that also, so we have, here, there, and this little dip here. Level also matters at 41.1. If you wanted to get really nifty and alarm up big time and follow it, piece by piece, you could do that as well. I would really like to see Cardano get above here. If we kind of scalp over from here, which is possible, we have had a big move up in the past couple of days. I would use this level, all right, at 39.6, 39.7. The loss of this would be a short for me. Why is that? Because if you look at any time see how many times it got rejected from that level here, all the rejections from boom, 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 it got above, boom, rejected. We lose this level again at 39.7. We are at when it gets rejected from that level, the shortest amount of distance it falls is here. The most amount of distance we fall is Ganfan level. All right. And from that level to there is a 5.3% short. And from top to bottom, we're looking at a 20% short. So be aware of the surroundings of Cardano. Big short alarm at 39.7. And you could contemplate, I think this is kind of, there's 41 support resistance level here. This is kind of more of like a watch level. I wouldn't really be comfortable going long unless it cleared the previous high. And that is because going long right here, it is counterintuitive to wait to go long. That's fair. But we really want a break of structure before we go. Anytime you go long in these conditions, it is not a swing trade. It is a scalp trade. And people do here. And let me pull a new Cardano chart up to really drive that point home. Because, okay, so here, let me actually zoom into like a 4 hour so it kind of scrunches the candles together. All right, so this is like kind of the gist. All right, but even if we kind of want to ignore that and kind of zoom in on the most, because you can't always draw a perfect line, but this is kind of its own part of this downtrend. All right, fair enough, right? So, and we actually kind of do have to, this little guy right here kind of messes this whole idea up. All right, so if we kind of cut the fat off of this and draw it straight down, it is pretty damn close to a breakout. It is very close to a breakout. Also, on the 4 hour chart, Cardano has closed above the 200 EMA, and which is why I'm saying that it is very close. You could, and we got a green dot on the 4 hour too. This is looking pretty good for Cardano. You could go long here if you wanted to. All right, but I personally would want to see, a proper break of structure and putting in a higher high. Like, you could go long from here, but the safer long. It's safer to go long from here because the structure will actually be broken. And like I said, 39.7. No, what was it? It was not 39.7. It was 39. 39.7. That is your short alarm if it goes the other way. Sweet. Big shout out to Cardano, man. I've always liked Cardano. It has let me down from time to time, but I think overall, Charles's vision, the community, it's hard to not. As a trader, you can get discouraged from Cardano, but as like someone who loves crypto, full respect to Charles and the gang, man. Totally. Full respect. And I've been scheming on a Charles interview for the channel. Might happen. You stay tuned. Shout out to my guy, Caffeinated Crypto, for gifting 5 AJ Writes Crypto memberships. Hey, man, I really do appreciate it. We are going to have the members only live stream at 1:30. So about a little less than 2 hours from right now. Make sure you tune in, and cheers to my guy, Caffeinated Crypto. Let's let me get a good sticker for him here. Let's have a shout out to my guy Bowser, man. Shout out to Bowser. Or Mr. Meeseeks, guys. Existence is pain. Don't you know? Shout out to Caffeinated Crypto. You're the man. We got about 120 people in the house. Appreciate you all. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Get a gifted membership. Come here for the members only. Members only. All right. So I saw this other story. Actually did not have a chance to read this one, but I'm just going to go along with it. Ethereum to hit 8,000, but likely a sell-off first. Oh, that's kind of all right. What are they trying to say this time? What are they trying to say? Oh, because Blunt's told us, guys. Blunt said. Blunt's warns. Oh, man. I hate some of these people's names. Like, guys, we want the rest of the investing world to look at crypto and be like, these guys know what they're doing. These guys are professionals. Meanwhile, coinspeaker.com is writing articles about our guy Blunt's. Warns that Ethereum must overcome some hurdles first. And I'm sure Blunt's made good points. But actually, the point I want to drive home here is that I really don't like. How do you know if you are a member if you have a star next to your name in the chat? I really don't like a couple of things. I'm going to start off by saying we need to respect crypto for the business it is. All right. I feel that people want to use crypto to make money. One. But then if like other people are making money, they're upset. And like there's this whole like real unprofessional group. We need to be professionals in crypto. We need to take this. If we want the other industries to respect crypto for a real industry, for a real business that makes real money with a real ROI, we have to like clean it up a little bit. We got to clean the swamp, guys. We got to clean the swamp. And it is frustrating to me on a couple levels where it's like, guys, is this how we want to be perceived? Is this how we're going to get to adoption? By infighting and having all like, I just want to see, for us to get respect, we have to give respect to ourselves. And I have certainly always have been a proponent of, being professional, looking my best, doing my best, not going into the toxic infighting, blah, 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 blah. And my point here, guys, is that crypto is coming. And my interview with Gary Cardone, I know I haven't put out part 2. It hasn't come time around, but in part 2 of the interview, he said, like, guys, like I look around at the crypto influencers and stuff, and he's like, AJ, like, you're one of the nicest people I've met so far, but like if a couple of guys from Wall Street with suits and ties on came in here, like, you guys would be totally screwed. And he's right, because we got to be more professional in crypto. And I want the public, the masses that are not in, we are all in this game. We are all part of this. We have been for quite some time. If you're one of the 125 people watching this show right now, you've been here for a minute, and give yourself a pat on the back for that. But also, I want to see crypto grow monetarily, and I also want to see crypto grow. I want to see crypto mature and be taken seriously like other industries are taken seriously. And we can't do that when Blunts is giving us no shot to him, but like, dude, that's how you want to be perceived. Yep. I don't know. AJ, what is Ondo price thought? I did just pull the Ondo chart the other day, but I don't have a problem looking at it really quick. Ondo, and someone wants to look at the graph too. Okay, we'll do Ondo with the graph. Have Slick Rick has asked, has anybody done a PAL ID? I have done, yes, I have done a PAL ID. It doesn't change much. All right, here's the truth. I got a PAL ID because I, at the time, was sponsored by BitGet. And it was really tough to get signups for BitGet because if you wanted to sign up for BitGet, you needed a PAL ID to get in. And of course, like, you're not really going to put numbers on the board when every one of when you're trying to get in, every one of the people that wants to do you a favor and sign up with your link has to go through all these crazy hula hoops and pay $300 to wait 30 days for something to come in the mail when you could just trade crypto right now. Who wants to do that, really? And that's why I left BitGet early, because it wasn't working. And so you could use a PAL ID, but with Phemex, you don't need one. You don't need one. You can move $50,000 a day on Phemex with zero KYC. Zero. You have to use a VPN to sign up. Yeah, you do. Just like any other thing in crypto. And honestly, you should, if you're trading crypto on your phone or your computer, you should have a VPN on anyway for security. Like, really, especially if you have a significant amount of money. I don't trade without a VPN, and that's not to like hide from the government. That's to protect myself. It's for security. Privacy matters. Like, crypto was built off the backbone of, like, the cypherpunk movement, where privacy is everything. So, like, I hate when people in crypto are like, oh, you're just doing that to hide from the government. I'm like, why are we here, bro? Like, why? This is crypto. It's in the name, dude. Like, that's what it is, bro. Like, Jesus. And yeah, so Phemex is just way easier, man. You don't need a PAL ID unless you need to move more than $50,000 a day. But even if you have $1 million, it doesn't take that long to move it off. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it would, 20 days? Nothing crazy. But yeah, you get my point. So with Phemex, you need a VPN to sign up. But once you're signed up, you can forget to turn it on and still log in. It's just for when you sign up. But hey, what do I know? But shouldn't you get the idea for when Phemex goes KYC? Well, that's a really bold statement, JB. There's nothing on the horizons about them KYCing because they are fully within their legal bounds from the jurisdiction they operate in. One. And two, every time you get a PAL ID, I'm pretty sure it only lasts for 6 months at a time, and you need to keep re-upping it. And for people that don't want to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on something they kind of don't need right now, like for me, if that happened with Phemex a year from now or whatever, sure, I'd get a PAL ID and do that, or I would renew my PAL ID and do that. But in the meantime, like, why would I? You know what I mean? And if you want to sign up for Phemex, guys, click the link down below. We are actually talking about doing a trading competition on Phemex. And I do kind of want to get a feel. Let me do, wait, where's the engage? Start a poll. Let me, 1 second. Okay. Started a poll. I just want to know, If I did one, guys, honestly, if you're watching this show, about 130 people or more watching this show, if I did a trading competition, would you participate in it? Honestly, if you're not a trader, say no. If you are a trader, say yes. And I actually very am interested to see the outcome of that poll. I think it would be cool, to be honest. I know that there are a lot of traders. I have a lot of signups from Phemex. I know a lot of people have joined the Telegram group. I know there's a lot of traders out there. I also know that some of you out there just want to learn about what to hodl, what not to hodl, when to sell, stuff like that, or news in general. So there's that aspect of it too. So I honestly, I do want to know. I do want to know. So we got about 16 votes already. The first 18, but no, I don't want to trade. That's hilarious. All right. Yeah. So I said I'd look at the Ondo chart. All right. Share this tab instead. We did talk about this one the other day. This is a clean version of it. So basically, here's the quick gist here. All right. We could even go descending, broadening, or tighten the range like that for the bottom end and cut the fat out. Doesn't really matter for the bottom, to be honest. This is the 4 hour. We are, straight up in a downtrend. A couple things that yell at me right away is this level right here. This is the SR of all SRs, guys, because this is the support resistance level that separates value area low from value area high. Why is that? It was the ceiling. It was the floor. It was the floor. It was the ceiling. It was the ceiling. You get my point. That is the most important level on the Ondo chart. It is at $1.04. 1.042 to be exact. All right. Have that alarm set, because we break that alarm, we leave value area low and enter value area high. The problem with this is that we're in value area low and we're trading. We just got rejected and we're trading below the 50 EMA, which means what? Bearish continuation. Bearish continuations means we need to actually look back and kind of figure out, how low can we go here? Because if you actually kind of actually, let's elongate this. That's actually very important, that what happened over here. Because before Ondo broke into here, okay, and we take a step back in previous, February, April, March, May, June, this actually, before this happened, this was value area high. This was value area high. All right. And this was kind of like the level it got to before it got rejected. And then this was kind of like the bulk of the range. All right. This box here was the bulk of the range. All right. So my point here is that the fact that, and this is kind of denoted by when we got rejected here and here, and the fact that it was the floor right there. So this level here, $1.04, and this level here, 91.9. Let's just say 92 cents, an inch below 92 cents. This here, those are the two most important levels in Ondo, because this was kind of the middle ground. This range here was kind of the middle ground between the high and the low, and we are found ourselves back in that middle ground. All right. So what I'm saying is that if we lose this level, this 91 back, like just about 92 cents, an inch under 92 cents, we lose this level, we're kind of looking back down here. Where we could easily lose this level and end up somewhere back in this range, 20% to 73 cents, 24% to 69.5. All right. And I mean, and this is even kind of its own little staircase level, because look, because this, we kind of look at it like that. This was its own staircase, you know what I mean? But we have to go one at a time. All right. So, if we lose this level at 92 cents, we could end up back down to this range. All right. We bounce this level, we can stay in purgatory. I would say that this level, this chunk right here between $1.04 and 92 cents is like Ondo purgatory. I would say it's not a static environment, but we can exist there without anything crazy. We lose this, bad news bears. We break this, we break structure, we can have a conversation. All right. And to be fair, what I don't like about Ondo, to be honest, is that it's a 52% pump back to its all-time high. Only a 52% pump. That's not that much. Have I been accumulating Ondo? Yes. And I've been accumulating it because 1, it has narrative, 2, it has hype, and 3, I think it's going to go much further than $1.50, to be completely honest with you. What I don't like about Ondo is everything I like about the graph. Another chart someone in this wanted to look at, because yes, the graph has been decimated since March, but this level, its previous local high at 49 cents, just under 50 cents, that level, guys, is now a target. And we are 165% away from the graph reclaiming that level. And if you really think in the history of everything that the graph is never going to get back to that line, I don't know why you're in crypto. Of course it's going to get back to that level. Of course it's going to get back to that level. It's going to happen. All right. So basically, and the graph has lost its 2023 high. It has lost, big support resistance from back here. It is very much in the value area low. All right. And if I pull a fresh graph chart, all right, this is kind of the, I don't know, what are these lines from? Oh, that's previous price action. All right. And so let's just look at this really fast. And this is what I mean when I made that video kind of determining like a strong coin from a weak coin. So if we go from, yearly low for the graph to yearly high. All right. Because guys, remember this level right here, this is January this year. Graph is still above. Graph is technically up. It is still up 30% this year. All right. People lose sight of that. That is extremely important. But to be honest, like I said, the graph from its current price point is 165% away from its local high, yearly high. It's also a very weak coin. And I don't mean weak like, oh, like you're a bitch. I mean weak like Fibonacci. It's between the 786 and the 1, right? It's in this Fibonacci level. And obviously, you look how it's actually very convenient. How the support resistance, like right here, coincides with Fibonacci. And how that kind of fought at this level right here at the 786. This level is at 21 cents. The graph gets above 21 cents. That would basically require a break in structure, and we would be having ourselves a little party. All right. Even look at what happened here. The graph broke structure. We had ourselves a little party. All right. So remember, the graph is a weak coin, guys. Weak coin. Let's go back to Ondo. All right. Here we are. Let me find a better chart. Okay. So Fibonacci from the low, right? That's basically from the beginning to where we are now. Ondo is dancing between the 382 and the 0.5. Okay. It's actually right at this level right here. Okay. Much stronger coin in every sense of the word. All right. It's only 50% away from its yearly high. So although I think Ondo is still a winner, I think that targeting the weaker coins at this point in time is a smarter move. Have I been buying some Ondo? Yes. I think I have I don't even know, like $8,000 in it or some shit like that. I have exposure to it, but it's not really what I'm targeting. I am targeting the coins that are weaker because the coins that are weaker have more upside. So there you go. Sweetness. Yeah, guys, this makes me sad. 43 of you voted. Only 43 people voted. And only 30 of you percent said yes. That's so sad. Guys, why are you not trading? That's kind of like a reflection of, I'm bummed right now that my audience isn't trading. Like, don't you want to make money? Like, you don't only have to make money when the chart goes up, right? You can make money when the chart goes down. Make good money when the chart goes down. Damn good money. I hope you guys do. That's why I do this show. I want everyone that watches this show to put these pieces together and certainly, make as much money as humanly possible. That's what we're here to do, So, guys, I do want, if you click no in this poll, I want you to really evaluate. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Make the most of this, guys. We won't get many more chances like this. Yeah, but all right. NDIOX in the chat. I'm not going to try to pronounce that word. He says, I understand why people don't trade. It's not easy, and they want to keep it simple. Life isn't easy, guys. Nothing is easy. Not like if you want things to be easy, your success is inversely proportional to how much you suffer. I don't want an easy path. I don't want anything to be easy. You pay for your mistakes in crypto. You learn this game the hard way. And like, I'm sorry, on a fundamental level, I want people to try as hard as they can and to be put to the fire and to run through that motherfucker. That's like that's been my vibe always. And trying, like, you know, I just fundamentally can't agree with that statement, man, because like it's not going to be easy. And that's a frustration with me in crypto, because people think crypto is easy. It's not. It's not easy. It's one of the toughest things you'll ever do. It seems simple, right? But it's not. And that's why I have so much respect for my peers who have also done very well in this space and have done better than me in this space. People like, you know, Crypto Face, people like Ben, people like the Altcoin Daily Brothers, like Wendy, George. We're talking about people that have gone through the fire. We're talking about people that gave it absolute hell. And man, if you want it easy, man, I don't think this is the road, bro. I want you guys to try hard. I'm just saying. One day at a time, everybody. One day at a time. 100% Slick Rick. And that's where you start, right? That's where you start. But, you know, I'm just saying, I'm not disrespecting anyone. What I said, I don't want anyone to get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting you if you're learning, if you're getting your wheels under you, you're figuring it out. Okay, you're at the right place. You're listening to the right person. I've done it. I literally started from the bottom. Now I'm here. All right. But there becomes a part where you kind of get this fire inside of you that like forces you to fight every single day. And that is like where I come from. I got into crypto as a hobby and it became my career. And it didn't become my career because I didn't fight for it. You know what I mean? So starting small is good, but there will come a time, especially I'm a Leo, man. I'm competitive in nature. I want to be the best there ever was. You know what I mean? That's like, or at least do the best I can to my own abilities. And, you know, just sitting back and hodling, man, that doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. I'm a trader. I can't help it. But I feel you, bro. Yeah, Brian, get set up, man. All you got to do is click the link down below, turn on that VIPing, send it. All right, so I'm gonna look at this poll now. Got 54 votes, 121 people watching. Hey, you other 70-some people, 60-some people, vote on the poll. I want to know. And there will be rewards. You will be rewarded if you win, guys. Come on now. Yeah, and SWFL Crypto made a really good point. HODL isn't easy either. A lot of people get wrecked without making one trade. That's facts. You might as well learn how to trade. That's facts. Amp Knight says, hey, I'm bullish on Eminem's new album. Me too. I'm going to listen to the whole thing after this. Yeah. And okay, Nindox, I understand what you're saying. But like, the thing is that with leverage trading, it's something I want people to, obviously you got to be aware of the risk involved and everything like that. But I feel like a lot of people that get involved with crypto is because they are people with less than $50,000. They are people that, that do work hard, that go to work proudly every day. They work their asses off. And I respect each and every person that listens to this show, that watches this show, that gets up every morning and goes to work, man. That's real shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I applaud you for it, for actually getting up and doing it every day. Some people just want to sleep in and get high and do nothing. So the fact you're out there busting your ass says a lot about you as a person. And it also means you're willing to put in the work. The thing is that if you're willing to put in the work and you're already getting up every day and going to work, why don't you make the most of it? All right. What I mean by that is that eventually there's a means to an end, right? If you have a job that you don't love, or you want to make more money, or whatever it is, okay, good. Then let's get serious. And most of the time, if you have less than $50,000 or even less than $20,000, you're going to need to learn how to leverage trade if you really, really want to get out of the hole and make enough money where you take a breath and say, oh, I'm set forever. You know what I mean? And getting to, from where I started, where I started is laughable, guys. Laughable. I always had support. I always had love. I mean, my dad has had my back my entire life. It's like not like that. But I didn't have much, guys, when I started this game. I didn't have much at all. And I literally just put my head down for years and years and years and figured it out. Like mandatory. Have to do it. And that's what I mean, like that fire inside that I had that just pushed me through it. Sometimes it doesn't even feel real. Like the past 3 years of my life do not feel real. I was in one place, and then I feel like I woke up one morning and everything changed, and it did. But that comes through years and years of effort, years of putting yourself through torture, basically. It's not easy to just read all day. It's not easy to just lose money and like feel like you're messing it up. Like, you pay for your mistakes, man. There are points in time I lost. Early in my trading career, man, I had some days, guys. I had some days. Let me tell you. Scared money don't make money. That is 100% right. 100% right. People hold on to the fact someone here and they may have to get lucky with a meme and think the rest of us just make money easy. They don't understand. That's 6 a.m. Doug, bro. You're 100% right, bro. Unfortunately, there are people that threw $1,000 at a meme that are now millionaires. Unfortunately, there are some people that just were friends with the right people that got on the inside of a drop and put the money in the middle and took the money out. Some people, it happens, unfortunately, because the true story is the people that show up every day and grind for that and, systematically make that money. If you made $1 million on a meme, cool. If you can earn $1 million systematically and do it again and do it again and do it again, now you have my respect. Even if you $10,000, rinse, repeat, $10,000, rinse, repeat. If you can do that, you have my respect. If you just if you hit the lottery, I don't give a shit. I don't care if you hit the lottery. I care if you actually put yourself to the test and are able to consistently crank results over time. That's what matters to me. That's what matters to me. So Brian, it's super easy, man. All you got to do is click the link down below, have your VPN on, sign up. That's it. It's very simple. And you should leave your VPN on because, like, security. Come on. Learning how to trade makes you a better investor. I completely agree with that, French Toaster. AJ, how much money would you say you need? Hold on. AJ, how much money would you need to say to yourself you are set forever? Well, it's different for each person, man. There are some people out there that $500,000 would go a really long way. A really long way. Especially if you've never had that kind of money before. But when you make $1 million, that's when you realize $1 million isn't that much. It's really not. It's nice, but when I was 22, I lived in Connecticut and I started working out. I went to the gym like every day, right? And for like years we're talking. And like the second or third day I went to the gym with my friend John. And John was like, former Marine. John, you know what I'm saying? And John, he told me, I was getting excited. Like I was like, for the first time, I really wanted to grind at the gym every day. I was like enjoying that at that time. And he was like, AJ, the day you really start lifting, you really start working out, that's the day you become forever small. And I kind of didn't understand what he meant at first. But what he meant is that the gains you make are never enough. And comparison is the thief of joy. And the day you really start making progress working out is the day you become forever small. Like you will never be big enough. And that's unfortunately how people view money, how people view crypto, how people view success. I used to think $1 million is a lot. Now I realize it's not. There's levels to this shit, dude. Levels. And I think the amount of money you need to be set for life is an internal decision. You basically got to think to yourself, okay, if I extravagantly get to travel, extravagantly get to provide, have the car I want, the house I want, the things I need, the things my family needs, and I can do this for 50 years, let's be honest, I turned 33 this month on the 27th. If I live to, 83, that'd be insane. I don't really want to get too old, but that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, if you could do that for 50 years, I'd say that's about it, or at least know that you're set for the next 5 years. Most people, this is what I meant by that is that a lot of people struggle to the point they don't know how they're going to pay their rent this month. Okay. And then once you get to a point, okay, I could pay my rent for a year. Oh, I could pay my rent for 2 years. Oh, I could buy a house. I could buy a car. All right. And then once you kind of go through the checklist of things you want, and then you check all that shit off, then you kind of get to a point where, okay, what am I going to do with all this money? And then, then you got to play the tax game. You got dual citizenship, anonymous trust, Swiss banks, and play that game. But yeah, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. That's what I mean. But yeah, you guys, health is wealth too, guys. It's an addict mentality, never enough. That's 100%, 100% true. 100% true. And that's why I have always really have looked at this through the lens of like the right way to do things, the sober way to live, like the healthy way to be. That's how I've made all my decisions. That's why, guys, Atomic Habits, 12 rules for life. I don't have these books behind me because like they look good. Well, they do look good, but I want you to read them. I want you guys to do it the right way. And what I have found is that, guys, I have a checkered past. I wasn't always a poster boy. I struggled, didn't we all? But the truth is if you have a bunch of hectic unmanageability happening in your life, if your life is unmanageable, if you are not able to, successfully just live a basic day-to-day life, you're not going to just show up with a couple $1,000s and make $1 million trading crypto. It's not going to happen. My theory has always been, if you can get right with yourself, if you can get right with the people you love, if you can be the best person you can be and have a clean mental, if you can clean up your act and become a better person, then you will not be in a lack mentality. People that live in a lack mentality, we see them all the time. They're in the chat, they're on Twitter, blah, 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 rage. You know the guy. You've seen him, and those people will never put themselves in a position to make $1 million, to make 100 grand on one trade. They won't be able to do it. They won't. They'll talk themselves out of it. They won't put themselves in the position to win because they live in a lack mentality. But if you change that relationship that you have with yourself, that relationship you have with other people, that relationship you have with money, and you and you're not in a lack mentality, and you're living in abundance, you're living in excess, that is when you're at a point where you can think clearly and make the right decision at the right time to make the right amount of money. Most people are playing the chase the dragon game for so long. They're chasing it. It's like the second you kind of give that up is the second you start to win. Like with me with poker, man, I went down a rabbit hole with poker. To be fair, in my lifetime, I'm well in the green, probably more than six figures. But there was a time where I struggled a lot with poker, and I realized that once I stopped giving a shit about making the money and started enjoying the love of the game, that's when I started to win. So it's kind of about disassociating yourself from that lack evil mentality that just wants to rip people apart in the comments and blah, blah, blah. Like that shit got to go, guys. That shit got to go. You got to clean up your act and really respect yourself. Because like, if you respect yourself and hold yourself to a high standard, you're not going to have the time to shit on people on the internet. You're not going to have the time to do it. You're going to be building something worth protecting. You want to protect your image. You don't want just to be another asshole. You know what I'm saying? And I speak very plainly when I talk about these things because I want to see you guys succeed. And the only way I know how to help you succeed is to tell you how I did it. You got to start with yourself. If you're not in the right mindset, if you are living a toxic life in lack, you will not win. When people say, I always lose, this always happens to me, why can't I ever, blah, blah, blah. Listen to the words you're saying. I always lose. I don't even like saying that theoretically, because consciousness and energy creates reality, and you're manifesting your own demise. When you say, I always lose, you're always going to lose. If you think you always lose, if you say that, you're always going to lose. You have to change your thoughts. You have to, it's like a radio station. And my dad always said, your brain is a radio station, and you got to change that damn channel, boy. You got to change that channel. And that, man, so much power in that. And I want you guys to really consider starting with yourself. That's how I did it. That's the right way to do it. Read these damn books, guys. Read the books. Just do it. It's not hard. It takes a day. Atomic Health book giveaway. Okay. Positive affirmations. That's right. All right. That's what I'll do. On that's very nice of you, Doug. On my birthday, July 27th, I will give away. I'll figure out a way to pick how many, but I will give away a lot of those. Is that fair? That's what I'll do. Okay. Guys, members only stream in an hour and 15 minutes. More than 140 people here. You guys rock, man. Thanks for being here. Smash the likes on your way out. Start with yourself. Start in here. I don't care if people think it's floofy or, oh, that's gay, or like, those are the people that you need to distance yourself from. That's the kind of thinking that got you where you are. You got to kind of start over. It's okay to just start over. Fresh blank page, fresh canvas. Do it right. Give yourself the chance you know you deserve. I believe in that. I 100% believe in that. If you want it, go get it. One day at a time. Get rich or get wrecked. See you at members only. Peace.